Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda. Welcome back. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Before we get started, I needed to show you this. I don't know if you have this little tool, but it makes the hole reinforcers for your projects. Let me just grab a piece of paper here. You'd think in a craft room I would have a ton of paper. Oh boy. Or I would have something. Here's just a piece of scrap. So you just punch it out like this, and it makes this hole that you add onto your holes, and it reinforces them to not tear. Well, it decided it wasn't going to work for me, and so couldn't figure out what was going on. But then I couldn't figure out where these little holes were, you know, that get punched out. So my husband Tom, he took this thing apart and he checked it all, and we discovered this amazing little, anyway, I'm just going to show you because I can't even describe it. You lift up on the handle and all the little circles are in the little reservoir there. I don't know if you can see that, but there's this little space in there where all the little circles are kept, and then you lift the handle up, and then when you're done, you just push it back in, and it's tight to use for the next time. So if you have this tool and you didn't know that, well, then hopefully you've learned something new today along with me. And if you knew about this, then kudos to you, because I had no idea. Anyway, so I just needed to show you that before we got started, because it's not a tool that you want to purchase and then discover that you can't use it because it's jammed or something. And so, yeah, now I can use it, keep using it, and it's all good. So today I thought we could make some Scrappy clusters. I just have a bunch here that I've put together with book page, music page, magazine pages, these edges. Do you remember that strip from the other day that we were making? When I cut this off, well, I've used those strips there. But so if you want to craft with me, grab some of your scraps. Like, I just have a huge amount of pieces of paper, and they're pieces from just magazines, kits that I had been using, and map book pages, anything. And then just grab some things to embellish, because these will eventually embellish. You know, you can use stickers, flowers, butterflies, birds. It's your choice. So grab up what you have and we'll get started. I even have a couple of these paper clips that I put together just with some more pieces and some plain ones. Because you remember when we were doing the other video that I said you could have plain paper and you just ink it. You can put an image on it, and then you have yourself something pretty to add to a page. So yeah, let's get started. You can ink, you don't have to ink. It's all your choice. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab pieces of paper. Doesn't have to be in any special order. And you just gather papers together. Just like that. And you can staple them. I'm sure I brought my stapler. Yeah, I have my little guy here. I did fill it up a few days ago, but when I was doing those, and there, just 3 little pieces of paper. And then don't worry if you don't like the look of it, because you can, you know, like I said, you can dress them up after you're done. Really, this is just getting the base done, I guess, if you want to call it that. Getting the base done. And then you're just going to put them together. And then, so we'll do a couple of bases, and then we'll complete them as well together. And then you can see what that looks like as well. And the lengths, I don't know, I just kind of crisscross them, or just so that you can see the different layers of paper. And I'm just going to pop that one there. And I mean, really, that one might not even need anything else. Could just put a button on there, or something like that, you know. It doesn't really matter. You can glue them together, hot glue them together. I'm just going to staple. Stapling's quicker. So that's what I'm going to do. And I have just pieces of Tim Holtz paper. I just have pieces of just random things. And you can use, of course, you know, your book page and music page, but these are the scraps that I have, so these are what I'm going to use. Whoops. So there's 4. Let me do just one more, and then we can we'll dress a few. So there's a book page and scrapbook paper. And then let's take that lovely flower and just pop it on there. There we go. It's okay. Just gonna put that aside for a minute. And I mean, you can even take your paper clip, you know, decide which way you want your paper clip to go, whether it's the left, right, or the top or the bottom. And then you can dress your page accordingly. So, like, that's lovely right there. You know what? I'm just gonna do it. Just gonna do it. I have my hot glue at the ready, and that's just, you know, it's just for expedience sake. And then there we go, and you can ink it up. Could have inked it beforehand, but I didn't, of course. Which is fine, it's whatever. And then you can add a focal point to this. So I just have my little cases here with my flowers and numbers and stuff like that. And then you can just add stuff in the middle. Just like that. So you can pop a flower in there. You can do a label. That one's a little too big. But I'm thinking not those flowers. Whoops. So how are you all doing? I'm doing really good. Had a fairly quiet weekend. We had Braden on Friday, so we watched a movie and had popcorn, of course, because you can't have a movie without popcorn. I'm just going to pop that up there. So I'm just building on my cluster. I took that flower away. I wasn't too keen on it. It was a little big, I think, for the but there's a little stamp here. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular, you know, like if you like something and it looks good, then use it. And you can make up all of the bases and then leave them in a container or a box, and then as you are doing your journals and your like tags and journaling cards and stuff like that, then you can take from your stash and then you can build on them and use it. And there we go. So I just added the number and I added a little stamp there, and it's good to go. Let's do another one. And you don't have to add them to paper clips, of course. I mean, you can just do them and add them to your page. You can have it as a, let's grab my little journal here and we'll show you. You can just add this as a page embellishment or a top corner embellishment, bottom corner embellishment, you know, or you can, when you have a pocket, you can add it to your pocket as an embellishment. Or even like your cards, you know, you can just, like it's endless of where you can put them, how you can add them, and what you can do with them. So let's grab this one. I have that purple flower. I really like that. And I have different color inks as well. You don't have to always just use one color. I'm going to use this pink one. I have finally got some new daubers, so it won't be shedding on me for a little while anyway. There we go. Just add some pink to it, and that's just because the paper behind it just lent itself to the color of the ink. Sorry, I'm just going to add another. Yes, I'm going to use my hot glue. It's probably overkill. It is, but it just my hand didn't want to work there for a second. Whew. But I mean, if it goes on slanted, then it goes on slanted. It's whatever. I'm not going to stress over it, that's for sure. All right, just this little number. You can scruff them up, the numbers, or like anything. Take your scissors or your nail, just give it a little worn look. Just like that. I just put in a new glue stick, so it's going to have issues for a minute. And then that can just go down there, just like that. And then there you go. It doesn't have to be anything huge, you know. And then here's another one. And I keep using flowers. Let's find something else. Maybe I have some little tickets or... And you could just do that. Just add something in the middle to hide your staple, and then just leave it until you come to use it. But doing up the bases, I think, is a great way to have a stash and to get your stuff together for future journals and stuff, you know. I don't know, do you do stuff like this? Do you do mass makes, and do you get things together so that you can use them at another time? I just think it's a great thing to do, but I don't know if everybody does it. Let's just try this little flower here. A little bit of ink. Maybe I'm going to stick it there instead of where I had it. There we go. And I don't have any little, this is just all my little tinies and from Tim Holtz, and just trying to, no, it's facing the other way, but that's okay. And there you go. Like, they're so fast. So before you know it, you're going to just go through them and you'll be done. Just move those for a sec. You can put lace on them, little pieces of lace. Let's see what I have in my little box here. Well, grab some scissors. Just grabbing a piece of lace from my little box, and then you can just put some lace on it. maybe that's too big. I was thinking more along the lines of a piece of lace, nothing too huge. There we go. Just something to pretty it up a little bit, just like that. And then I can just grab a little. So I have just my little things here that I've made to hold ephemera. There's a little butterfly. Oh, stick to my finger. There we go, just like that. But the stamp or the staple is still visible. So if you don't like that, then just, I wonder if I could just grab a little mushroom sticker, or maybe that can get slipped underneath the lace there. That one might be too big. Probably would have been smarter to add something there first, but you know, that's okay. I'm just gonna cut the bottom off of that sticker. We'll see if we can get it out. There it goes. And yes, it's going over the butterfly, but you know, it's cute. It's very cute. And then the staple is hidden as well. All right, so we have one more left. But I mean, I have this pile that I can draw from, but the idea of doing it this way is to do it with you guys, right? So we're just gonna add a few more things here. Do a few more. And I like to just offset them from each other, and then you can see the different layers that are used. Just like that. And this is one of the roses from my kits that I had used for Antonio, and so I've been using that stuff up. And what a great way to use up all the little ends that are left. And that's doing things like this. Oh, that's a little small. There we go. And then that could be it if you wanted to do something like that. Or let's just check this out. Could make a large one too. There's no rules that say that your clusters have to be a certain size. And if there is a rule like that, there shouldn't be. So then we just have the 3 papers like that. And if you have, you know, your paper roses or whatever, and you feel it's a little big, then I'm just going to tear it down a little bit around the perimeter. Just like that. And I'll just ink it up a little bit. There we go. So I'll grab these together, and then that, and it can be offset if you want, but I'm going to staple these 3 together first, just so that I don't have a staple going through the flower. That's lovely. And just grab a little piece of lace. What do I have here? And I like to pull the lace and run it back and forth on my scissors so that it's not a straight cut, because obviously you can't rip the lace. It just doesn't work. So if I put that underneath, and I'll put the rose on top. Maybe I'll corner it like that. What do you think of that? Cute? I'm not going to glue the lace. I'm just going to add the hot glue to the back. Oops, don't want it upside down. And then just do that. So what do you think? You can add, like if you use these Nouveau drops, this one is called Autumn Red. You can just add some on here, you know, just to add a little bit of different texture. It's a beautiful pink. Even though it says it's red, it looks like this really deep pink. And there you go, if you can see that. But I'm going to set that one aside because knowing me, I'll stick my fingers right in it. But why not? And I have some wallpaper. Are you okay if we do a few more? It's just a relaxing, great way to use up scrap. There we go. Getting everything into my stuff here. And then, yes, I still have the paper clips, but it's all about the scrap clusters today. And then I have this sweet little ticket, and you can just add that, and you have your topper. So I'm just gonna take a extra little piece of lace here. That one I did kind of cut. It was kind of awkward doing it, but and then I'll just put that there. Yep. And I'm using the hot glue on the back of my image to hold down my lace. Like the lace has enough holes in it so that it's going to stay. So, and there's another one. And I mean, we've made 5 of them already. 6 of them, sorry. And one of them is on the paper clip. So we could do one more maybe on the paper clip. So there's this one that we had done. Let me just find another little image or something I might be able to put on it there. Something that's already fussy cut out is usually a good thing, and then I don't have to do it. But here we have this beautiful flower picture with some bees on there, and that would just look lovely on there. Just let me ink the edges. It's just to give it some definition. You don't have to ink, of course. You can paint the edges. It doesn't matter. And I'm just gonna stick it right there. Just in the middle. Oh. And there we go. And it's flat, right? So it's not going to add a lot of bulk to your journals, which is great. So yeah, and it's just with your scrap pieces of paper. I mean, and we have this little one left that we put together, but I might just add one more piece to the back of it. Let's just see, because it's kind of small. But I mean, you can have mini, if you make mini journals, then oh yeah, that would be the perfect size. So no, I broke that one down, and I don't like it. It's just a little small. Sorry, I'm just wanting to make something a bit bigger. There we go. So I'm just gonna, because it's already stapled, so I'm going to glue it on there. And then I have these gorgeous little images here. Just gonna find one that might be, yeah, maybe they're too big. Because they go sideways. They're not portrait. They're, oh, that's lovely on there. Oh, I have two. Yeah, maybe the one with the rose at the top. It's cute. Add some glue. And there we go. And again, you can add lace in behind. It doesn't even have to be, you know, like in the top. It could be underneath as well. I think I'm going to do that. Just do it like that. Oh, can't pick it up. There we go. Oh, missed a little bit. And there we go. Like, so cute. So many ways to do these clusters, and it's using up your scrap paper, which is a huge plus. Right, there you go. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Very quick, very easy clusters, using up your scraps and then adding them to your projects. In the one case we have our paper clip, and just move up all the stuff out of the way, because once you start with the scraps, you know that you end up making more. So the decision comes, do I keep this piece? No. I'm not going to do it, because there's a lot of scraps. So I've had to start doing that, you know. All right. So hopefully you will all have an amazing day. I hope you'll do these scrappy projects as well. Thanks to all my subscribers, to all the new subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. God bless. Take care. Bye for now.